Welcome to this new series of trying to go through all 32 NHL teams just on the fly. Kind of have some fun while playing Chell with them, you know what I'm saying? So let's start with team number 1, the San Jose Sharks. We're kind of just gonna start by going on the fly here about the Sharks, of like just kind of rambling of how I think next season's gonna go. I think they're gonna finish last in their division. Like, it's not gonna be as poor as this year, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they definitely won't be like, I feel like the Ducks might take a jump, you know what I'm saying? Utah might take a jump. Not Utah, what? Man, when I'm just yapping, I'm gonna make mistakes. It's gonna happen, but like, yeah, I think the Ducks are going to be better. The Flames might be worse. I don't think the Flames are going to be as bad as the Sharks. But, I mean, it's good to be bad if you're the Sharks. You want another player, right? You don't just want Macklin Celebrini and then nobody else, you know? Like, I think especially, like, one more year of tanking could do wonders. Like, imagine the Sharks randomly just pull up and get James Higgins or something. Like, that would be fire, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, like, the Sharks will be way more fun, as we just scored a Mishy. This type of video is a great challenge because it's like you're just kind of yapping while playing the game, so you have to multitask. Honestly, I'm really trying to train my brain to multitask because I kind of suck at multitasking. But let's keep it going, man. I think just like having that franchise player, I know the Sharks' attendance isn't great. But I know I can't talk because I'm a Jets fan, but like, honestly, the Sharks might have had less people in their building. But the fact that like you got a player who I've seen on an international, oh my god, what a save, that I've seen on an international level carry an entire country. Like, he put Canada on his back at those World Juniors. Celebrini's gonna be a franchise player, excuse me. Yeah, I think Celebrini is going to be a franchise player. I hope Will Smith gets a chance in the league next year. I think he will. Like, I don't see why not. Tyler, stop inviting me to a party. You can invite me 2 seconds later. But I think Will Smith and Celebrini, that duo is really nice for the future. William Eklund. Honestly, I think William Eklund has a great chance to break out like into a star. Like, honestly, in my opinion, he's very close. But he could become like a star next year. I hope they give these young guys, you know, an opportunity. As for their big free agency signing, I think Tyler Toffoli was a great pickup. He's for the Jets, he sucked, but like at the same time, I've never met a player who didn't suck for our team, right? So it's just one of those things where like, so the fact that like the Sharks are like not a great team, and like you have the opportunity to get a guy who can pot like 40 goals, as we just scored again. Like, Tyler Toffoli is going to get every single opportunity in the world. Somebody calculate in the comments how many times I've had a voice crack. But yeah, I think Tyler Toffoli is going to be incredible with this team. Is he worth 24 over 4? No, but that's the price you pay when the salary cap goes up. Honestly, compared to some of the other deals that were given out, it wasn't even that bad of a deal. Toffoli's skating isn't great, so it's, you know, it's not like, I don't know how well he will age. He has a very good shot. He has a pretty good IQ, right? So it's like, you never really know. He could become one of those players who's replaced great at 35, 36, right? But yeah, it's tough. As for their other free agency signing, Alex Wenberg, I also really like that one. I mean, what was it, 10 mil 2 years, right? Or 5 each year, basically. He provides a lot of depth down the middle, right? I don't think they're gonna play Celebrini and Smith at center. I'd be very shocked if they did, and I wouldn't do it. I think Will Smith would be best as a winger, but I mean, you never know, man, really. Like, at least in his first year, I think you don't want to put that pressure on him. Even Celebrini, sometimes, like, I don't know if you want him taking the face off, especially on the power play and stuff, right? Like, I feel like he's going to become one of those guys who's a great centerman, two-way guy, but like, you don't want to rush him into it, you know? As for their older players like Vlasic, whoa, voice crack. Vlasic and Couture, I think, I mean, you obviously want to move on from those contracts, but you're in no rush really. Like, Logan Couture is your captain, Vlasic's an assistant. They've been around for success, they've been around for failure. They're embodiment of your franchise. Like, I feel like there's no rush to move them, trade them for the right package, you know. I'm assuming Sharks fans love them too, you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't really read up on that, but I'm pretty sure they love their captain and their assistant, and I don't want to see them rush to trade those guys, you know. Jake Wallman right here has the puck. I think Jake Wallman was an incredible, like, you took on a second round pick. Like, you like, if I heard Detroit Red Wings gave up a second round pick to the Sharks, I would think like, right, Petrie, Sherratt. I can't believe I just try to miss you with them. But, you know, Petrie, Sherratt, like, one of those guys, you know, like, I didn't know that, what's his name? Oh, I forgot. Jake Wallman. I didn't know that, like, he was a salary cap dump and he was that bad that 3.4 was a lot. But I love that pickup for the Sharks. Will he be the number 1 D? I'm assuming. Like, I don't know anyone else on this team who would take that role from him. And I think he'll be great in that role for 3.4. I love this thing they did with, like, Ty Dellandrea and, like, some of those guys, you know, like, Carl Grundstrom, Barclay Goodrow, just, like, guys you just pick up and you don't know if they're going to be good. They actually have, surprisingly, a lot of forwards on this team. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, they surprisingly are decently deep, right? They don't have the star power that you'd want on your team, but they're very good all around. And how did that not go in, bruh? But they're very good all around. And honestly, like, I'd be excited if I was a Sharks fan. This is a fun time. You have so many players who could be something. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, Granlund just dusted everybody and missed. Wow. I swear this is a penalty, but I mean, you picked up Vanacek, right? I don't know, like, he has potential, even, like, he's not that old of a goalie, really. I can't believe Will Smith just took a penalty out of all things against Team Japan. I mean, you basically have the worst goalies in Devils franchise history. I'm joking, but, like, I mean, I feel like one of these guys is, like, bound to, like, have a decent year. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna get the 2 worst goalies in the league. There's gotta be worse, bro. So, like, yeah, it's gonna be interesting times in San Jose. I don't know if I touched on or forgot to touch on anything. I'm gonna see if I forgot to mention anything, and then we might wrap it up. If I was a Sharks fan, like, for expectations, I think, like, you just want to have a fun team. Like, Chicago this year, they sucked, right? Like, they were awful, but, I mean, honestly, like, being a Jets fan, right, like, I watched Chicago quite a bit, and the fact of the matter is, like, they had some really under-the-radar players who played amazing. Like, Bedard, Korchinski, you know those guys. Like, those guys are, like, if they do good or bad, it's whatever. But, like, for example, like, Alex Vlasic was amazing every time I watched him, which is interesting. Colin Blackwell was another guy I wasn't too familiar with, right? He played amazing. So, like, as a Sharks fan, you want to be looking for these guys, like Fabian Zetterlund, right? Like, your Ty Dellandreas, right? Like, somebody's bound to break out and have a pretty good year. So that's what I'd be excited for as a Sharks fan. And then, like, you have your best players since Joe Pavelski, Joe Thornton, Patrick Marleau. Like, I know that wasn't that long ago, but, like, it feels like so long ago that those guys were there at the peak of their powers, right? And, like, the fact you got this kid who's, like, he says all the perfect things. He seems like a captain worthy, right? Like, he's not like an asshole who's just good at hockey. Like, I think Macklin Celebrini fans will love him in San Jose. But yeah, that is it for yapping episode 1 out of 32. You're gonna have to listen to me yap 31 more times, or you just don't have to watch the video. So whatever you do, I hope you enjoy your day, and I'll see you in the next video.